The world knows the name Iron Man, a legend, a billionaire, a hero, but times change, new heroes must rise. Now, a new name echoes, Ironheart. She is not a billionaire playboy, she is Riri Williams, a 19-year-old student from Chicago, a certified genius. She built her own suit of armor, an armor that rivals the technology of Tony Stark himself. This is her story. A story of brilliance, a story of courage, a story of heart. Imagine the scene, a young woman, barely an adult. She is hidden away in her dorm room, not studying for exams, not entirely. She is building something impossible, something revolutionary. She is crafting a future with her own hands. People will say it cannot be done. They will say she is too young. They will say she is not him. But Riri Williams is not listening to them. She is listening to the hum of her own intellect. She is listening to the call of destiny. The shadow of Tony Stark looms large. His legacy is everywhere. His armor was a symbol of power, a symbol of protection. Riri Williams grew up in Chicago, South Shore, a place of community, a place of challenges too. She was always different, always seeing the world in a unique way. Her mind worked faster than others. She saw patterns, she saw solutions. Problems were puzzles to her, and she loved solving puzzles. Even as a little girl, her intellect was a shining light. It was clear she was destined for something extraordinary, something beyond the ordinary expectations of her neighborhood. Her genius was recognized early. At 5 years old, she was already showing signs of an intellect far beyond her years. Some children play with dolls, some play with toy cars. Riri played with ideas. She took things apart. She put them back together, often improved. Her family saw her spark, they nurtured it as best they could. But genius can be isolating, it can be a heavy weight for young shoulders to carry. She learned to be resilient, she learned to trust her own mind. Life in Chicago was not always easy. She faced loss, she faced hardship. These experiences shaped her, they made her stronger. Arriving at MIT was a whirlwind, a new city, a new environment, surrounded by brilliance. For some it could be intimidating, but for Riri it was stimulating. It was a place where her mind could truly stretch, where she could find resources, where she could find like-minded, if older peers. She was young, yes, but her intellect knew no age. She quickly proved she belonged. She was not just a student. She was a phenomenon waiting to happen, a force of nature. She excelled in her classes naturally, but her mind was already on something bigger, a challenge, a personal quest. Some say she found outdated schematics of an old Iron Man suit. Some say she just saw the need for a new kind of protector. The world was a dangerous place. Heroes fell. New threats emerged constantly. Tony Stark was gone, or his presence diminished. Riri saw a void, and in her mind a plan began to form. A daring, audacious plan, a plan to build her own armor. The inspiration was not just about power. It was not just about technology. It was about responsibility. It was about using her gifts, using them for something greater than herself. She saw the potential. Building an advanced suit of armor is not easy, especially for a student. Riri did not have Stark's billions. She did not have his state-of-the-art labs. She had her mind, she had her determination, and she had access to MIT's resources, some official, some less so. She began to gather materials, scavenging parts from labs, sourcing components online. Every piece was a challenge, every connection a puzzle. She worked tirelessly, often in secret. Late nights became her sanctuary. The construction was a solitary endeavor, hidden from professors, hidden from most fellow students. Her dorm room transformed. It became a workshop, a place of intense creation. Wires and circuits snaked across her desk. Metal plates lay on her floor. The air buzzed with the energy of her work. She reverse-engineered Stark technology. She improved upon it. She innovated. This was not a copy. This was an evolution, built with ingenuity, built with sheer willpower. There were countless setbacks, moments of frustration, times when she wanted to give up. The technical hurdles were immense: power sources, flight stabilization, weapon systems, each one a mountain to climb. But Riri's intellect was relentless, her spirit unbreakable. She pushed through the doubt, she pushed through the exhaustion, she was fueled by an inner fire. Section 5. More Than Metal. The Evolution of Ironheart. That first suit was a marvel, a testament to Riri's genius. But it was only the beginning. Riri is an innovator, a constant improver. She refined the armor, pushing its capabilities. Her armor is unique, not just a copy of Stark tech. It integrates her own brilliance and perspective. She brings fresh ideas and new solutions. Her AI is a significant innovation. it's a companion, a confidant. The name Ironheart itself is significant. Section 6. Stepping Out. The world meets Ironheart. With her armor upgraded and tested, Riri couldn't stay hidden forever. The world needed heroes, and she was ready. Her first actions as Ironheart were not grandstanding, they were practical. Stopping crimes, helping people. Often in her own city, Chicago, she did not seek the spotlight. But the sight of a new, armored hero, that gets attention. Fast. News reports started to circulate, grainy footage, eyewitness accounts. Who was this new Iron person? The mystery began. The public reaction was mixed. Excitement, curiosity, skepticism. Some were thrilled. A new hero, someone to look up to, someone to believe in. Others were wary. Another powerful weapon in unknown hands? The legacy of armored heroes was complex. Tony Stark had his fans and his critics. Ironheart would be no different. The media frenzy grew. They wanted to know who she was, what she wanted. Section 7. Shadows on the horizon. A new threat emerges. Being a hero means making enemies. Riri Williams learned this lesson quickly. As Ironheart, she stopped criminals. She disrupted illicit operations. This did not go unnoticed by those who thrive in the shadows. A new threat began to coalesce, something specifically targeting her, or perhaps targeting her technology. This was not random street crime. This was organized. This was dangerous. A true test of her abilities and her resolve was coming. The city was no longer her only battlefield. The nature of this enemy was initially unclear. A shadowy organization? A rival tech genius? Perhaps someone with a vendetta against Stark's legacy, now transferred to her. This villain was not a brute. They were cunning, they were resourceful, they understood technology, they could challenge Riri on her own terms. This made them particularly dangerous. It was a chess match, a battle of wits as much as a battle of strength. Riri had to be smarter, faster, more creative. This new adversary pushed Riri to her limits. They attacked her technology. They tried to exploit her youth, her inexperience. Section 8. Not just another Iron Man, Riri's unique path. Comparisons to Tony Stark were inevitable. An armored hero, a genius intellect. The parallels are obvious. Many people would immediately label her the new Iron Man, or Iron Man's successor. And in some ways she carries on that legacy of technological heroism. She operates in a world Stark helped define. His technology, his actions shaped the landscape she now navigates. It is a shadow she cannot entirely escape, nor should she entirely. His work provided a foundation. However, Riri Williams is not Tony Stark. Her motivations are different. Stark's journey was often driven by ego, by guilt over his past as a weapons dealer, by a desire for redemption. Riri's path starts from a different place. She is driven by a purer desire to help, to use her gifts for the betterment of her community, for the world. She is not burdened by the same kind of past. Her inspiration is less about correcting past wrongs and more about building a better future. This gives her a unique clarity. Her strengths are also uniquely her own. Beyond her incredible engineering skills, Riri brings a fresh perspective. She is a young black woman from Chicago. Her experiences, her worldview are vastly different from Stark's. This shapes how she sees problems, how she interacts with people, how she defines justice. Section 9. The Heart of the Future. Ironheart's enduring impact. Even in her early career, Riri Williams as Ironheart has made a significant impact. She has saved lives, she has stopped threats, she has shown the world that a new generation of heroes is ready to take on the challenges of today and tomorrow. Her presence in the Marvel Universe is a breath of fresh air, a sign of progress. She is not just filling a void, she is creating her own space, a space for innovation, intelligence, and incredible bravery. Her actions resonate far beyond Chicago. Her story is an inspiration, especially for young people, for girls, for young people of color. They see Riri, they see someone who looks like them, someone who came from a background like theirs, and they see her achieving incredible things, building amazing technology, standing toe-to-toe with villains. This representation matters profoundly. It tells them that they too can be brilliant, they too can be heroes. Ironheart is not just a superhero, she is a role model, a beacon of possibility. Looking ahead, Riri's potential is limitless. She will undoubtedly play a crucial role in future storylines, major events, cosmic threats, earthbound crises. Her intellect will be invaluable.